Hey, what's going on, bud?
What's happening, man? Welcome
How are you doing today?
WayneTech Experience.
That's right. We finally decided to name it, didn't we?
We did.
We finally decided to name it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So I see it sitting up there. Oh man, now we're official. Look at that.
We're official. We're official, man.
Now. It only took 32 episodes to come up with a name. Did you know that that's how many we've done? We've done 32 episodes.
Actually, I had no idea that's how many we've done.
Today is number 32. I thought maybe when we started getting around 50 that we would probably do something. It just something special. I don't know what it'd be. Maybe we'll dress up as something goofy. I don't know.
On which one? Number 50?
Number 50. Yeah, I thought maybe we could do something special for number 50 because it's only now 18 away, which is, if you think about it, 32 went pretty fast. I mean, if you honestly think about it, 32 went a lot faster than you would have thought.
We'll probably be in that range somewhere more or less in the I would say probably first of next year somewhere. The first quarter next year, I would assume.
Well, it's got to be 4.5 months away, somewhere in there. So 4.5, 5 months away, somewhere right around in there. So how have you been? Hey,
man. Crazy. Oh, I got a little bit of echo.
Have you ordered any? That was me for a second. My stuff come unplugged, so it went to like trying to make sounds, and I was trying to get it away, but we're okay. Is the echo still there?
Nope, you're good.
Yep, I got it. Okay, so have you ordered any new pops lately? Because there's so many really awesome pops. That
I have one because I've been getting behind on my late week video because I'm really good about Tuesday lately. And then, of course, I just dropped my late week video probably about an hour ago again. And that's only because, as a lot of you guys know, I work late nights. So I work late nights and then I go and run around doing stuff during the daytime. And I definitely do not get as much sleep as I should by any means. But it got to Thursday. I got back home with good time. I was like, cool. I can come home, get this video edited, get it uploaded, get everything done. And I was like, I was doing something and went downstairs. I'm like, oh, it's lunchtime. I'll go have lunch. And I did the crucial mistake when you work night shifts. I sat on the couch and was like, I'm watching a video on YouTube on the TV. I was like, after I was done eating, I sat back and I was like, let me finish watching this video. Then I'll go upstairs. Nope. Passed right out. Never finished the video. I didn't even finish the video. I passed out, woke back up about 4:30, and because I usually go to bed about 5:30, 6 o'clock, so I didn't have enough time to do a whole lot. So I'm like, you know what? That's just gonna have to wait till tomorrow, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But but I did, and within that video, I did 2 band boxes this week. Not my normal type of thing. I like to space them out a little bit, but I bought a special box. In fact, I've still got it sitting right here. Just came in. Is my Funko box. This is something I got from trust me, you may not like what's in this box, but because you already know I'm going down a strange rabbit hole with this one.
Yeah, I know that you told me you were going to go down a different rabbit hole. We're not going to give that away right now. But it's not that I don't like what's in that box. I've gone down so many rabbit holes already, right? With the collections that I'm on now that I can't see myself going down another one. I just can't. And to me, the one that you're about to go down is going to be a long rabbit hole.
It is. I'm picking 2 very large rabbit holes to go down between the Marvel zombies, because I really don't see an end in sight for those Marvel zombies. No. And then especially this other one that you guys will see next week. I do not see an end in sight with these either. But I did get a chance. I said I had some time today. And I didn't film it, although I think I'm actually, after going down, I decided to go down to Disney Springs today. I got out right there about opening.
Right.
And, man, they had some great Christmas stuff. I was like, you know what? I should have had my camera with me, and I should have done a video.
So are they already decorated for Christmas?
They're decorated for Christmas, but not as much as they used to in the past. I mean, they have basic decorations, but the merchandise, of course, they've never slowed down on any holiday merchandise by any means. That and their Baby Yoda section and their Mandalorian section is freaking huge. It's crazy how many Baby Yodas you can have in one section alone.
Oh no, I could. The other day I did the count. There is 9 Baby Yodas all in the same pose. So they've made
for
9.
Funkos.
Yes, they've made 9 Baby Yodas now, all in the same pose. So once you take those 9 and put them in there, and then put all the plushes in there with it, before it's over with, you have ridiculous amounts of Baby Yodas in one place at one time.
Exactly. So I think in maybe the next week or so, I'm actually going to take the camera back down, and I'm going to go down there and record, because I know I've had even a lot of people when I did the Halloween episode, showing a lot of the Halloween merchandise that Disney was selling. A lot of people had liked that, and of course, a lot of people with being quarantined and can't come out to Disney this year. It gives them a little bit of Disney. You know what I mean? So if I can help with that, I definitely will. And especially with Disney making the announcement that as of January 1st, they're getting ready to the reservation system is going away and park hopping is coming back. So that's always.
What do you mean?
There is no park hopping right now at Disney. You actually, in order to get into the park, because they're only allowing 30. I think they just upped it to 35% capacity at all the parks, and you actually have to go online and get a reservation for that park.
So you can't just jump from park to park to park right now.
No.
Oh yeah, you definitely should be filming so everybody can get their Disney fix in, because it's going to be tough when you can't hop from park to park, especially if you were only there one day. I mean, if you were only going to be there one day, I mean, you're only going to get to see that one park.
You can only go to that one park for that day, and for us as locals, it's a lot harder because we sometimes they set aside a larger allotment for people that are people that are staying at the resorts out there than they say for us. So sometimes I gotta book a reservation a couple weeks in advance.
Oh,
so
because you're local.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, but y'all also get a pretty decent discount because you're local as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
right.
complain. I can't complain with that at all.
Right, pretty decent discount because you're local. I don't know if you've had a chance to see. I see that some people have pointed it out over there, and I see that I have a swim kid that's in here. Michaela, how are you doing? It's good to see you. But my wife, the Christmas is overflowing. Wayne one now. Let me tell you something cool about this tree, though. This tree actually has little Deadpools hanging on him.
Is that a white tree, by the way? Is that a white tree?
That is a tinsel silver tree. That when it's
Lord.
lit up, it apparently looks kind of white back behind
at
me.
At least it's not a pink tinsel.
But it's got little Deadpools all over it, so that makes it well worth it. well worth it. Hey,
actually, one thing you did say about it, so I did end up buying some pops at Disney today. They had a whole bunch of Black Widow stuff, so I had to buy those.
Black Widow stuff. I haven't really gotten into the Black Widow stuff. To me, that's another one of those like Marvel lines that I'm trying to stay away from when it comes to the Black Widow. I never really understood the Black Widow. Never really got into it as a kid. Didn't really get into it as an adult either. So
I feel that it's something that they released all these things in plans for when it was going to release in May, and then it was going to, and then now there's a big thing about, even though they pushed the release date till May of next year. There's now big talks. There's supposed to be a possible big announcement coming beginning of December where it may go to video on demand to Disney Plus, since Wonder Woman 1984 is going to go video on demand with HBO Max.
Well, it probably should. With the theaters still not back up like they should. I mean, they kind of messed that one up along with the Wonder Woman. They should have kind of released them like they did that one movie, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. What was the Pixar animation film that they kind of did on the you could rent it or you could even buy it? It didn't come out in the theater.
DreamWorks did the Trolls.
Trolls, that's it. So they should have.
And I heard that was widely successful.
That's what they should have done, right? They should have said, okay, we're not going to be able to push it out to the theaters. Let's do it like the Trolls. You rent it at home, just like you're watching it at the theater. That's what they should have done. But they kind of messed both of those movies up by putting them on massive delays. And now, like you said, there's the confusion on how you're going to see it all together. I mean, but speaking of like amusement parks and things like that, did you know that it was Funko Hollywood Hollywood's 1 year anniversary Wednesday?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Funko Hollywood has been there 1 year now. Can you believe they've been there 1 year? One whole year.
Man, they picked a bad year to go because half of that year was kind of screwed.
But still, it seems like I just listened to him announce it the other day, and I thought, well, it's been there a whole year. So people
have you seen videos of that Funko Hollywood, by the way?
I have. It's really awesome place. And someday I'm going to make it there, and I don't know what day that'll be. But I'll probably be 90 years old. There. Yeah, I'll probably be 90 years old, and won't really. They'll have to push me around on a little cart and stuff to get me through there. But
I'm gonna have to have at least $200 to $500 to spend in that damn place. Easily.
So people started camping outside of Funko Hollywood Tuesday night at 8 p.m. So they started camping outside with the anticipation that they were going to drop some big drop for their 1 year anniversary. And one that goes against Funko's rules, right? Funko has a policy that says if you camp outside of their place, they're not going to put you in line that morning because they're trying to not have people camp outside of their building, which makes sense, right? I mean, you really don't want people popping tents in front of your building. So, but people did it anyways. And then the release was this little pin if you spent $100. So if you spent $100 at Funko Hollywood on their anniversary, they gave you this little Funko Freddy pin.
Oh, that's cool.
To me, that was kind of a slap in the face, though. I truly expected them to do more. But if I would have waited in line, and I don't know why these people would have waited in line, that's kind of where I'm confused as to why you would wait in line.
Yeah, but even if it's a pin and it's something that the only possible way of you getting this thing is to go with the pin. I mean, that to me, at least that's something to take. I don't hate on that by any means.
I don't know that I'm hating on it, but I would have been upset had I waited in line for a pin. But the other side to that is they didn't say they were going to do anything. So they could have not done, they never announced anything. So why people were lined up in front of there, to me, is just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just kind of crazy. Hey, I see that the chat's getting kind of big. You
yes, it is. I was just looking at that going, man, we are way behind. Anyways, let's hit this chat shout out. Does this screw up my overlay when we do this? I know we had Chase in here real early. No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. We had Chase in here real early today. Over at Chase's Kingdom, over at Hail to the Kingdom over there. We've got our good buddy at Collecting with Red. Whistles like the wind.
I was wondering what that statement meant, but I thought I was going to leave it alone. I thought I'd leave it alone.
We got the instigator among all instigators. We got the bearded barbarian.
How are you doing, buddy?
We've got our good friend from all the way at the Japan. We've got Kate Titus, and then Pop Teat. Pop Teat, I believe, was Pop Teat in UK or Ireland?
I want to say he's in the UK, but I could be completely wrong on that. I can't remember. I watched one of his videos not too long ago where he was actually showing off where he's from. So I want to say that you were probably right on the Ireland because it looked like it was. I don't know. He'll have to let us know.
You're gonna have to let us know again down there. We forget these things. We've got our good buddy over there, Lewis at Jesse Lou Comics and Pops. And where else? Who else we got? Okay, we got our chat fact checker,
JKL. Yeah, I think somebody the other day said he's probably a Jedi, so I think that they're probably on to something. He's like the Jedi in the chat room.
And that's what Collecting with Red just said. JKL is a Jedi in disguise.
That's right. He's the Jedi in the chat room.
I think he actually holds the was it that sword that they're looking for?
Oh, probably.
It's at JKL's house.
I seen a T-shirt the other day that said "Pretty fly for a Jedi," and all I could think about was JKL.
That is awesome.
That's all I could think about was JKL when I seen it. It's like, yeah. Coles is my wife. She's on the team computer right now.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Multitasking, she calls it.
Hey, that's all good.
That's right.
Who else we got? Oh, we got our buddy Chris over there at K&L Collectibles. What is up, man? I know for him because he's over in Washington, so for him it's real early. Where it's like 3:00 over there. We got Malika Wilkinson, Coach Randy. Oh, must be a swimmer of yours.
Yes, that's a swimmer I have in here. It's Michaela. I kind of missed that one somehow. I was trying to I try and keep track with you while you're doing this. Somehow my scroll finger wasn't quite working right.
And I saw your wife say, "Get some rest for tomorrow." Yeah,
Yeah.
That's also why. Actually, my wife talked to me. That's why I've actually moved Techbot After Dark to tonight, because it started to just be a lot with having tonight's live stream and then going live again tomorrow night, and it became crazy. So of course we've got Mrs. Techbot After Dark.
That's tonight.
Yes,
right?
it's gonna be tonight. I'm moving it to tonight. It'll be now Fridays.
Tonight at what time?
9:00.
You're still running late for us old people.
And mind you, I've been completely up since about 10 o'clock yesterday.
Right.
So I'm just keep on going. Yesterday.
Yes, you're gonna be a tired soul come 9 o'clock tonight.
But yeah, she just say let's go to Magic Kingdom and show the fans too. Yes, actually, I think we are going to plan on trying to go do something, and we may actually live stream the whole thing. That could be interesting.
That would be fun. That would definitely be fun. I'd really enjoy seeing their Christmas lights. So you should really make that like.
Well, they didn't put the lights up on the castle this year. They didn't put any lights on the castle. They only did projection mapping on the castle this year. Yeah, the crane never came up. And anyone that's local out here to Florida or in Central Florida knows that you got to see that. Usually the crane comes out about September. And that's when they start putting up the Christmas lights on the castle. It never showed up this year.
I would imagine COVID probably got it though. I would imagine it's just a fluke. Then next year we'll see them back.
I think we'll see it all back next year. Yeah. Pop T to say Ireland, so I thought it was Ireland.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I know that where he was showing us his hometown one time, and it had a lot of water. So I was thinking maybe it was Ireland, because I just don't think that Europe has a lot of sea around it.
South African and Ireland. Wait, is that for Pop T, or is that you, Red? You gotta emphasize on that one. We got our good buddy over there at Discovery Bay Comics, JB.
JB, how are you doing, brother?
And I think we are almost caught up. It keeps jumping on me for some reason.
I noticed that it was kind of doing the same thing to me, and I just that's why I quit trying to keep up with you. JKL says LOL, Dark Jedi. Well, you're not.
I swear. If the Jedi, if the Mandos are looking for that sword, it's at JKL's house.
Hey, speaking of that, now I haven't had a chance to see the episode. And I think you do the same thing I do. You watch it. Not watched it yet. Yeah, you watch it after we get off this live. So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited to watch that one. I really am excited to watch that one. So let's talk about your mystery box of the week. Have you had a chance to pick one of those for this week, or?
Yes.
You want me to talk about some more?
I did bring up one, and I'm let me bring that up real quick. Share screen. And which one is it? There we go. And let's take this off. All right. So I decided on one that I'm actually going to be giving another opportunity to. I've only ever gotten one box from them. And it wasn't the greatest of boxes, because I felt it was one of those boxes where, it was a lot of items that sat on a GameStop shelf forever. But I'm going off of the recommendation from one of our best followers in this chat that's there all the time, and that's a Bearded Barbarian. He has talked me into going ahead and doing and giving these guys another chance, and I am actually going to. I might actually be ordering this San Diego Comic-Con Indiana Jones 3-pack. $30. It's a pretty good deal. They do have other ones. Now, the one that I had gotten before that I wasn't completely happy with is this box of Pops. It's completely random. You don't know what you're going to get. And like I said, I felt that a lot of the items that came in it were like old GameStop shelf fillers that basically just never sold, and they just bought them in bulk. But they have different kinds of stuff. They got fig pin stuff. They got blind boxes or blind bags, designer toys. They got another deluxe box of Pops and stuff like that. Maybe you get better off with that, but that thing's $100. So there's something more. But this, I was looking at this Indiana Jones earlier today. I was like, that sounds kind of interesting.
So who is this company again?
Sorry, I should probably have said their name. This is Spastic Collectibles.
Spastic Collectibles. I've heard of Spastic Collectibles. I don't think I've ever ordered anything from them. I see that they have a designer toy mystery box. Now, I don't really get into mystery boxes, but that one kind of sounds appealing to me, only because I like some of the designer plastics.
Yeah, they have it for $50.
Whoa.
They says it's a guaranteed value. That's the only nice part, but Spastic is they do show guaranteed values. So it has a guaranteed value of 50 plus. I'm going to guess it's one pop.
That's what they're calling it, a designer plastic. It's not a pop, so it's either coming from an artist design plastic from a company that just makes like small limited runs, or it's coming from a super plastics, or it's coming from one of those companies that only deal in small runs and artist series stuff. I mean, there's a lot of times people will tell you that Funkos are a designer plastic. Funkos are almost in that category of being a designer plastic, but they're really not. You have to take the numbers down. Like, for example, super plastics, their highest run is normally like 600 pieces. That's it. I mean, so you get a 600 piece run and that's it. And they always have an artist driven. So you know when you're looking at it that this came from Ron English or this came from this artist. You know what I mean? You know that it came from an artist. So it's a little different than Funko.
Now, like I said, this one did interest me because you're going to get 3 items in here, and it says each box will contain 2 random sealed soda vinyls or Indiana Jones. Looks like a Comic-Con pop. So, I mean, looks like you're going to get a mixture of 3 things in there. So, and of course, being the soda pops, as long as it's sealed, I think everybody's happy.
So I just learned something here recently about these sodas that I didn't know, and it was watching one of the other channels. You know, we often we often watch each other's channels. It's no mystery, right? I mean, a lot of the people in the chat right now all have channels, right? I mean, so we all kind of venture around, and I was watching Captain Pops, and Captain Pops put up this thing on Instagram where he is weighing a whole, like a 6-pack of these sodas. The Chase actually has a different weight. I hate to say that out loud to anyone, but you can weigh these things and tell which one. Yes, you can.
But that takes away the mystery. That takes away the mystery of it.
It does, but here's the hustle in this that he was pointing out that I didn't realize until he was pointing this out. But I don't order from eBay, so it's okay. But what he was saying was, back in the day, people used to take those mystery minis and you could weigh the mystery minis and tell which one was the Chase versus the regular, right? So by weighing the mystery minis, you would know which one to sell on eBay at price, right? So you sold it at $7.99 on eBay, and you have a chance of getting the Chase, right? Well, they already weighed them, so they already knew which one was the Chase. They pulled it to the side, they opened it, and then they sell that one at a markup, right? And then sell the other one at the regular price. They're doing the same thing with the sodas. So they're buying the sodas in bulk. Yes, they're weighing them, and then they sell them off at price, $12.99 with a chance of Chase. Never going to happen, right? Because they've already weighed them. They already pulled the Chases to the side, and then they sell the Chases at a marked up price. Hey, I just wanted to share that one real quick because you're talking about sodas.
Again, and people that are buying, I mean, like I said, I'm giving this company another chance because of our good friend Bearded Barbarian. In fact, he said he got a sweet deal. $175. He buys those big ones.
I will bet
Grail or Fail mystery box
that reputable companies would never do that to anyone.
I don't.
Right?
I think Spastics
right
up there. I mean,
right.
I can't say nothing because the one I bought was a box of pops. I mean, anything goes with that, to be honest.
Yeah, but I would say reputable companies would never do that to you, right? They're not going to take the time to try and weigh things out because it just doesn't make sense to them to do that. But if you're buying your sodas off eBay, just be warned that there's people out there that have learned that you can weigh these things. And,
I definitely wouldn't be buying off of eBay with that. That's shady.
Yeah, there's a weight difference in them. And look, I was shocked to find that out, but he weighed 6 of them, and 5 out of the 6 had the same weight. And the one that didn't have the same weight was the Chase. Yep. I said, oh, you are joking. I mean, it only makes sense, right? They're all in the same can. They're all the same thing. Everything's the same until you get to the Chase. So just be warned if you're buying your sodas off of that. Did you get any of the Indiana cons? Any of their stuff? Did you buy any of that when it came out? I didn't either.
No.
I didn't either, so I'll be really excited to see what you get out of this.
That's why this one interests me because I don't have any of these. Of course, Indy's always cool, but you know I think to get this, especially this, they're labeling this the Great Soda Chase Hunt. I mean, they got to have some chases in there somewhere.
Yeah, no, look, I can see that as being a pretty cool thing. I didn't order any of them. I kind of regret the fact that I didn't order the 10-inch Indiana Jones, but at the time that they had that one, they had so many of them that were just.
Oh, if you still need that 10-inch, Disney Springs still has a whole pallet of them.
Do they have the gold one?
No, they didn't have the gold one.
All right, well, take a picture of the one that they have next time for me, and I'll let you know if I just like have to have it because that's the only one that I regret that I didn't get. And I think there was 3 variances, right? There was the con variants where he was either all gold
statue. There's one that he was holding the little statue on
and the
on
gold
it as well.
and the statue was gold.
Yeah,
is that right? So there was one of them where
that was the statue.
The statue was gold. One of them where he didn't have the statue, and then one of them where he was all gold. If I'm thinking about the variances correctly, I think this. And
it sounds familiar.
Just take a picture. Let me see it next time. I look, I'd appreciate that. That's the only one that I regret I didn't get my hands on out of that group. And look, I love Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones, I would have probably rather watched Spider-Man at that age than I would Indiana Jones. Now, if I went back today as adults, you know, like the two of us, I would probably take Indiana Jones, but only because he would feel more like a person, right? He would,
I agree.
Feel a little realer than the rest of them.
I just had to put this one up because Red says he's building a special box for our good friends over there at Poppin' Duo. Be quiet. Duo. It's a secret.
It is. Sorry. Yeah, I used to be quiet.
They pop in here from time to time, so who knows? I did want to point out a few people that did jump in the chat. We got Funko PDX. We've got Kenneth Bird has joined us, and that's the only new ones I've seen come in. But I've been trying to watch the chat with some of you guys over here. Beer Barbarian says he got a sweet Freddie Mercury soda. I'm gonna guess it's from Spastic, stuff like that. Like I said, I know I've watched some of his videos that he's pulled from Spastic, and he's got some of the good ones. I'm just not gonna do the box of pops again. I'll go with their special ones.
I seen that. I think it was Collecting with Fred put a comment over here that said he's seen somebody walk into the store with a scale. You know how pissed
people are going to be walking to stores with scales right now.
You know how pissed off I would be if I was sitting in a store trying to decide which one I was going to buy, and somebody comes and throws their scale up on the counter and starts weighing them. Look! I would have to walk out of the store. I'd be so furious. I mean, I would have to step out at that point. But
I saw somebody walking in the store with a scale, and they were told to get out of the store and not come back.
Look,
I don't blame them.
I can see it. I really can. Look, when I used to get the mystery boxes from GameStop, I was really good friends with the 2 guys who worked there, and they used to be able to look at how they were stacked in the box and tell you which one was a chase versus which one wasn't, just by on how Funko stacked them in the box. So they could look at the mystery boxes and be like, that one's a chase, that one's a chase, that one's a chase.
Wait, this scale thing is blowing my mind because now true. JKL is even saying that you can do for Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and I guess Magic the Gathering, know about the weighing of packages, because the foil cards are heavier.
Look, I wanted to share it with y'all because my mind was blown here just recently.
I am blown by that.
Joking? No, it's a real thing. I mean, people seriously do it.
I gotta go on eBay and find one of them pocket scales.
Yeah, I mean, think about it like this, right? Anytime money is involved, right, there's always somebody trying to do something to get over on someone. I mean, that's just the way it is. People are always looking for a way to get over on somebody else. So it's a real thing. I watch Captain Pops do it. If he would have just said, hey, look, this is what happens, I might have been a little skeptical, but he had his scale out and he was dropping them on there like the dope man. I mean, he's like, all right, here we go. I said, hey, look, it's a real thing. It's much realer than I would have ever imagined it being. I seen Chase says he remembers GameStop mystery boxes, letters and numbers.
Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about that because we're actually kind of upset with this year's GameStop box.
I am. Before we get into that though, I'm going to do my pop pick of the week, and let's go with that. I don't really know how y'all are going to feel about this one, but so I'm going to go with the 8 Mile B Rabbit. And
I just saw that one today. That one's actually kind of cool.
I feel like I might get some hatred over this one, but this is going to be a really awesome pop. If you collect any of the rock series, like I have Eazy-E, I have Lil Wayne, I have James Brown. James Brown's from the same city I am, so I had to pick up James Brown. I really like the rock line, and because look, it's B Rabbit, it's not really Eminem, so it's more B Rabbit from the film. I'm going to pick it up because to me it's pretty awesome pop. I mean, that's one of them that's on my wish list in the future at some point. Now I'm not going to pre-order it because I'm kind of done pre-ordering stuff now for a while, just because there's so many pre-orders that are just.
I agree with you. I'm right there where I'm not pre-ordering a ton. But I throw a few things up. I usually keep a trail of Entertainment Earth stuff that randomly comes in. And so I keep a trail of that. And then we were having a good conversation the other day because it's something that's kind of annoyed us, but I'm kind of suckered into it with one series already. I don't know if Jesse Lou had the same problem because we know Jesse Lou is a big Venomized follower, but we have up here the zombie. I've got 2 Wolverines. I've got 2 Mysterios. There's just a difference of a little bit of glow in the dark. Now we were talking about this because that line, that icon line of the Coke cans and the donut bag and stuff like that, they are doing the same exact thing. They announced that there's going to be a Diamond Edition donut bag at Hot Topic and a Diamond Edition Coke at Lunchbox.
It doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense to me. Look, does that make sense to you that they're coming out with Diamond Edition Coke cans and Diamond Edition donut bags? Now, I could see, and we've talked about this, I could see if the Coke can was in chrome. If they did a chrome red Coke can, that makes better sense than any chrome I've seen them do yet.
I would agree. And you know me, I don't like chrome much, but a Coke can makes sense.
It makes sense, right? You got a chrome Coke can. Right, the Coke cans. So look, I don't know. I think that they're swinging for the fences. They're grabbing every dollar they can. I mean, they're just on a dollar grab sometimes. And I'm with you. The zombie line to me is a little disappointing. I hate the fact that we have 2 Mysterios that are exactly the same. One glows, one doesn't. Same thing with Wolverines. I don't know if they did that with Deadpool. Did they do that with Deadpool too?
No, those are 2 different Deadpools.
Okay,
one's the one with it on his hand, and the other one's got a head. He's holding a head, but that was a Marvel Collector Corps one, so that was a special one.
Right. So I know they did that with a few of them, right? They did it with Hulk. Yeah. They did it with I wish sometimes you could call them up on the phone and say, "Hey man, what are you thinking? Stop. Don't do that."
Exactly. And I think that's the thing is, I may do it with the zombie line only because I absolutely love the zombie line and I feel I need all of them. But I like that icon line a lot, but I'm not going to do it with that. So I'm either going to get the Diamond Edition or I'm not going to get the Diamond Edition, but I'm not going to do both.
I've already ordered the other one, so I'm not ordering the Diamond Edition. I'm just not.
I pre-ordered it, but I may actually take that pre-order off of Entertainment Earth and pre-order it at Box Lunch.
Look, I understand what you're saying. I really do, and I'm not against doing that because I've done it. I'm not going to tell you that I haven't done it. I don't like to do it. To me, it just doesn't feel right sometimes, right? And I'm just not going to do it. It's just I'm going to let it ride. There's not that much of a difference now. If it was a chrome red, I would stop my pre-order now. I'd stop it now while we're live, and then I would go pre-order it there. But it's not, and I don't understand.
Now, when we talk about that line, now there's one thing that I'm not hating on. It's the same exact item, but they had the Kool-Aid packet. Now, this one I don't hate on because at least there's a significant difference. It's 2 Kool-Aid packets, but one's fruit punch and one's cherry. That at least on your shelf looks better than having 2 things that look pretty much identically the same.
I'm hating on the Kool-Aids too. And I'm hating on them because I think they're going to do every flavor now. I think you're going to see cherry. I think you're going to see grape. I think you're going to see orange and lemon and apple. And look, you'll have a whole shelf behind you of just Kool-Aid packets. I'm slightly hating on those. I really am, and I didn't want to be. I do like them. I think I got the red one. Is it the red one? That's not the Hot Topic.
The cherry one.
The cherry one.
Hot Topic one is the fruit punch.
The tropical punch, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I have the cherry one pre-ordered. I'd have to go through Entertainment Earth and check, but I'm pretty sure that I got it pre-ordered. And
yeah, Entertainment Earth would only have the cherry.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about that line, to be honest with you. That line to me,
I really like it because it's different.
Do you see? I don't know how I feel about it. To me, it doesn't remind me a whole lot of a Funko. I almost wish they would have called it something else. I wish they would have called it a Funko icon, a Funko.
Here's where because they're so different, it's really what's going to tell. Like if you almost consider it a Funko, is what is the box going to look like? Because they only showed images of them outside of the box.
Right. Well, I think it's going to look like every other.
I would assume,
box, right?
But technically, that would make the pop a little bit smaller. because it's
I don't
different.
know.
It's completely different than anything they've ever done. I think that's why I like the idea of it so much.
I wish they would have called it something else though. Like you know how they have Funko candy, Funko soda. I wish they wouldn't have called it a Funko Pop. I wish they'd have made a different line because to me it's just a little different. It's a little different. When I think of a Funko, I think of these guys, right? I mean, when I think of a Funko, I think of the big head, the small body. I mean, the Pop line, not a Funko. When I think of the Pop line, that's what I think of. So it's different. It's really cool. A lot of people are going to get into them. I ordered some of them. I don't know how well
the flavor you like. I hate lemon.
Yeah,
Is there a lemon one?
I hate lemon, but we know there's gonna be. I mean, we all know that there's gonna be, right? I mean,
and then of course Chase is getting into a whole nother thing because
oh man, here we go,
dude. JKL is the man because he posted this up on Instagram, and you know how many weeks we've been talking about this Ronald McDonald chicken nugget. As soon as he popped that on, I said, "I'm done. I have to have all 5 of them."
I have to get them. Hey, look, I really like it. There's only 2 of the chicken nuggets that I have to have, right? And that's the firefighter and the police officer. There's 2
one that's a Target exclusive too.
Okay, so there was 2. There's a whole bunch of them, but there's 2 of them that I liked, and one of them was a firefighter, and one of them was something else. I can't really remember, but there's 2 of them that I really liked. The chicken nuggets are really cool.
The chicken nuggets are cool.
The chicken nuggets are really cool. Before we get into the chicken nuggets, though, did you see the winged Venom that dropped on Pop? What is it? Pop in a box.
Pop in a box. Pop in a box. Yeah, they got that Chase one is.
Did you know? Too. Did you know that there was a Chase variant? Because I think they kind of hid it from everybody.
No, I heard about it yesterday.
Right, so they have the glow Chase variants to that. Now, I'm
going to bring that up real quick.
I'm not a Venom collector.
If you didn't see this thing's awesome.
I'm not a Venom collector, you know this, but the pictures I've seen of this one makes me want to own a Venom. I like the Black Light Carnage, right? I mean, I'm not really a Black Light Carnage fan, but when they threw it in that
pop
black
is
light,
hot, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool looking pop, and I'm kind of excited. It almost makes me want to play like a chase roulette with it. I think I talked to somebody, just you, the other day. Was it you that said you were going to play chase roulette with this one? Somebody I talked to. See that?
I gotta get rid of that. There you go.
That's pretty.
That thing is hot, dude. And here's the 2 differences. Of course, you got the pop in the box exclusive right here, and then the glow, the Chase glow. That Chase glow. Oh my god! If you can get that Chase, that thing is gonna look so good. Especially you got the red on the inside of the wings. See, there's a good detail.
That's pretty fire. I mean, hey, look, I don't. I'm not a Venom person, but this one is pretty hot. I mean,
but see, I'm still wondering now. They have, of course, they released. They had 4 new pops come out. Of course, we found out about Red Hood.
Right.
I'm like, whatever. It's DC. I'm not gonna go. The Thunderbolts. Okay, Thunderbolts is kind of cool, and it's the Venom version of it, which I'm sure Jesse Lou Comics is gonna be all over that one. Because he's all the Venom, and I know Jess Lou's going to be all over the winged Venom. But this one releasing next week, what in God's name is that?
I actually know this. I've seen the rumors as to what it is, and I can't remember now. You caught me off guard with that one. Can you pull up just that picture?
This one?
Yeah.
It's not letting me bring it up.
Yeah. So I've seen
the
rumors as to what it is, but I can't really remember what it is.
Looks like it's a pet rock or something.
Did Thanos lose his head at some point? Because I want to say that it was Thanos.
Well, Thanos lost his head in Endgame.
Yeah, I want to say that it's Thanos' head. Then it is what I seen the rumors of it that it was going to be Thanos' head. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. Maybe it's a pet rock. Who knows? It's Funko. I mean, it there's no telling as to what that is. You look heavy.
I'm trying to catch up with some of these. Because Chase said something funny. He says, Kool-Aid, you best make them sent. Although that would be awesome. That would actually be, because then you want to take that stuff out of the box. But we want to smell the Kool-Aid.
It kind of would be cool, to be honest with you. I mean, to be honest, hey, how many of us, we're talking about Kool-Aid, put Kool-Aid in a Ziploc bag with sugar and would take that to school? Did anybody do that other than me? Was that just a me thing?
I don't
And I
think I
used to
ever
take
did that.
Kool-Aid, put it in a Ziploc bag, then put some sugar in there, shake it up. Now you had flavored sugar. Y'all wouldn't believe how good that is. Look, poor boy trick. Just tip for you today. It's pretty good.
But yeah, I've already put in my my chance for the winged venom. I put because as soon as
What do you mean?
I heard about that yesterday, I already pre-ordered it.
What do you? You're
Or I mean,
did you
no,
did
no, I think you can buy. No, did I pre-order it or did I buy it? I don't know. I did something. I can't remember what I did. I remember half what I do nowadays. No, it's pre-order. It's pre-order. So it's not estimated to release until January.
Oh, so it's in the pre-order phase. I thought that was when they were going to drop it. I
No,
thought
whenever Pop in the Box announces new exclusives, it doesn't usually drop for about a couple months.
yeah, but the thing with Pop in the Box is they're a really small company, right? I mean, I think they're still like in the mom and pop space.
They're one of the larger companies out there, to be honest with you. Yeah, because they got bought out by the. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, like if you get some stuff from these different companies, like Insane Toy Box, Pop in the Box, stuff like that, they all come from the Hunt Group. The Hut Group. It's all the same group. It's the same group that most people don't realize. It's the same group that bought Loot Crate. So the Hut Group has really gotten people, bad companies, into better situations. That's why I felt maybe Loot Crate will come back at some point better, being that they're with the Hunt Group. I don't know.
But Pop in the Box used to be a pretty small company, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it used to be.
Am I thinking about that right? Before they got bought out, they were a mom and pops organization. I thought
they were a small company, and then they got bought out by the Hut Group, and now they get all those exclusives and stuff like that. That's what. To be honest with you, that's why I'm starting to think that we've had our differences back and forth with Big Apple Collectible, but they just started getting exclusives.
Who Big Apple Collectible?
I'm halfway wondering if they just got bought out.
No, they've been doing that for a while. They got an exclusive. Yeah, they've gotten a couple exclusives when the cons, but they don't typically get but one every year or something to that effect. I doubt very seriously they got bought out, because if you go on their site, they're still doing you can buy like the Freddy Funko from 2014 for $20,000 if you just have $20,000 you don't like that day.
Sorry, I had to read this comment because this is actually true. Actually, by the way,
yeah, I know it's true. I hate it.
Actually, true.
I hate it too. But y'all don't even understand. So this is what I say. I say I'm not buying that one. I won't buy it, and then I go and see it in the store, and I go, "Oh, that's pretty hot." I go, "Oh, that's pretty hot." And look, this happened to me in the artist line as well.
Take it easy, man.
Hey, Pop the Heat, have a go. And so this happened to me also in the artist series when they dropped the Miles Morales in the New York Con, right? That was New York Con. So that happened to me there too. I said, I'm not buying that one. Not buying it. Don't want it. I got to GameStop. The lady said, you want this one? I went, oh, yeah, I do want that one.
You were saying that forever with the zombie line. Look, I was all for the zombie line. You're like, I'm not doing the zombie line. Where'd you go and do?
I'm blaming that on Thing. That's Thing's fault. That zombie thing, that was his fault. That zombie thing is probably the hottest pop that I have in 20. It's one of the hottest pops. I have a few of them right now that are going to go in the top 10 list. And that's what, this episode we're going to have to do before this is over with. We're going to have to do like not somebody else's top 10 pick, but our top 10 pick pops of the year, right? The ones we think were the hottest.
Well, that may be something we do towards the end of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
As a year in review.
Yes, we're gonna have to
a Funko year in review.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something like that, because I have some of them that to me just okay. So the Batman imposter, and he's not an imposter. He's in the whole white Batman with the Joker. I kind of posted him on Instagram again today, and every time I walk by that pop, I stop and look at it. I mean, because to me, it is just a badass pop. Do you have any pops that you do that with? Is there any pops that you just walk by and you're like, man, that's still a badass pop?
Lately it's been Mando. Since I put him up here on the shelf, I'll literally be sitting here looking at my computers, and because how shiny his helmet is, it catches the light, and I just look and go, damn, that thing looks good.
Look, I still do it.
Like, damn. Oh, and then of course my black light pops too. I can't down those ones.
Well, look, at
But
least I don't feel crazy now because I walk by that Batman and I stop and I say, "Damn, that's a good looking Batman," and then I keep going.
and what's funny is I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. The fact that I do that to the Mando, it it's crazy to me to think, but it just they did so well on that pop. And I even found some fingerprints that I put on it that I've had to go and polish it, wipe the fingerprints off because I can't stand how shiny that thing is and have fingerprints on that helmet. It bothers me. A little OCD right there.
Look, I get it. I do the same thing. I don't. Every time I touch my pops, I try and like wipe my fingerprints off of them because you have an oil that's kind of on your skin that'll actually like eat paint away and stuff. The best example of this is, do you remember your old trucks and people would sit their arms on the windowsill? They'd roll the window down, put the arm on there. If you'll look on the older trucks that haven't been repainted or haven't been modified, you'll see that right there at the window there's a rust. Right there at that window line, and that's from the oil on your skin was sitting there. Most people don't know that, but so when I'm touching those pops, I try and like wipe that off because I think I need to come back in a year and see my fingerprint like etched in there permanently. Not that I know that that'll ever happen, but like you said, I'm a little OCD when it comes to it. So I have that. I see somebody over here.
I did want to get. It said Chase said he just bought a Brainiac from Big Apple. He liked it. Now, mind you, I'm so on the line with Big Apple right now because I've actually pulled a big box. I've pulled a great mystery box from them before. I think I bought one a couple months back, and the video continues to get hits, which is always frustrating. But I also hate the fact that how they bought the system and they jack up their pricing. Now, the benefit for me being a mystery box buyer is all those ones that they didn't sell, they would put in the mystery boxes. So I'm like, do I at least go with the mystery boxes and just avoid everything else? Or it's like, I'm right there in the line. I don't know what to do. Chet, tell me what you would say on that. Because like I said, we've downed Big Apple for so long, but would it be okay to do mystery boxes and not do the other ones or just boycott altogether? I don't know.
I'm going to say boycott altogether, and this is why I'm going to say it. So when you sell as many that you could at $50 a piece, right, and you've sold enough to pay for whatever you have left in your stock, and then you sell the rest off at price, you still made money off of them. So I'm still promoting them. I'm still promoting them to continue buying the system. So I can't. I don't hate on people that do. I mean, if that's what you do, then go for it. I'm on this, like, I'm staying away from the secondary market, and I almost feel like that when they bought the system, they are a part of the secondary market. So they're going to cause me to stay out of their site until they stop doing that. Maybe next year will be the year that they're like, we're not going to do that. And I'll say, let's mess with some Big Apple, but I'm not going to do it until they stop like botting the system.
Now, I didn't check that. Now, the one thing I did see, now I remember when we first noticed this, it was after the San Diego Comic-Con that they did it. I never got, and I can't remember, I don't know if I took myself off the mailing list or what, but I never got anything for New York Comic-Con, so I don't know if they did the same. I didn't get an email saying they were doing that same thing with the New York. I wouldn't doubt it because it was only a couple months between.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't venture to their website. So I mean, I wouldn't even have a clue. Did you see the new mascot pops? Do you collect any of the college mascot pops? Do you get
into those? I'm not. See, the thing is, being from growing up in Boston, I mean, we always had the college things. You had Boston College, you had BU, stuff like that. But growing up in Boston, man, it was all pros. It was all pros. And it wasn't until I got out here to Florida that I was like, man, college is so much bigger than maybe because their teams suck, but their pro teams suck, and that's probably it. But college is so much bigger out here, especially with the Gators and the Seminoles and UCF and Miami down south. I'm a Seminole fan, by the way. I decided to pick the Seminoles. Although they've sucked since I've started liking them, so maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know.
we used to call them the criminals when I lived in Georgia, you know, because we're big Georgia fans, and it seemed like the Seminoles always had convicted felons playing on their team, and it just always went down that way. So we used to always call them the criminals, and that was always an outstanding joke. We'd be like, "Oh, we're going to play the felons." I mean, so it was always a joke with us. So when I was talking about the chicken nugget pops earlier, so it's I don't know that it's a firefighter and a cowboy. So those are the two that are kind of on my list to go after, would be the firefighter and the cowboy. The mascots I'm not really into. They're dropping like 4 new ones here soon. Have you seen
I saw that.
Have you seen the My Little Ponies?
Malika, have a good night. I think I briefly saw them. I'm trying to avoid letting my daughter see them because as it is, I know I'm gonna eventually have to buy one of these boxes like I have sitting down here of just all the Barbie pops and put it in her collection that she has, because I know she wants them all. And if I let her see the My Little Ponies, it's going to be the same thing. I know she's going to want them.
I'm not into those. And surprisingly, I'm not into those. They're all the same pose. They're just different colors. They didn't change anything about them. The pose is not even that great. They did some kind of like the horses bowing to you. It's kind of a weird pop. And that's, to me, that's one of those grasping at straws again. I don't. Maybe they're going to sell 10 of them to the 10 people that want them. I don't see those going anywhere. I mean, I just don't see them going anywhere. They're promoting them though. You know, they did the whole like brony thing that they did a little video on it, you know, because their CEO's really.
I'm so not a brony.
Well, their CEO's really into being on videos. I mean, so they did like this whole little brony film where they were wearing like wings, and I don't know. Look, they could have did a better job with those. I think they could have made like a Captain America. They could have made a Superman. They could have made a Batman. They could have made so many different like My Little Pony like crossovers, kind of like My Little Pony did with the Transformer and the what was the other one, the Power Ranger. They did like this whole crossover. They could have did a great job with those, and to me they really like dropped it when it comes to those.
Yeah, here's your Ranger toys.
Yeah, I mean, so is this Twitter? Because I know that we were going to talk about
this is Twitter. We were, and I actually queued this up because this is something I did not know. I was still trying to follow Funko on Instagram because we all know they completely abandoned their blog site
all the time.
And then they were going to Instagram for a while, trying to keep stuff posted up here. But Wayne just recently found out they are on top of their Twitter game.
Yes, they're on top of their Twitter game. And the funny thing is, for a while there, they were really on top of their Instagram game. And then they just dropped it, which tells me they dropped it to pick up Twitter. And whoever runs their social media accounts, they need to give them a demotion or give them a raise so they work harder. Maybe that's the problem. But you need to give them a raise so that they stay on top of this stuff. Because, man, I hate having to jump from social media account to social media account to try and find things.
Exactly.
JKL.
Don't underestimate the bronies.
Hey, look, I own the My Little Pony, the crossover of Optimus Prime. Okay, I mean, I own that one, so I'm not gonna like say that don't underestimate him. Look, I think that somebody even called me a brony when I was talking about that in one of my videos.
Oh, I think I called you a brony.
I don't know that I would consider myself a brony, but that's a hot My Little Pony, and I think that they could have done a much better job with these things.
Bearded says he's already called a nerd. He don't need to be called a brony too.
Well, you know, hey, look, I've been called so many things in my life. I'm okay with someone calling me a brony. There's so many worse things that they could honestly call you. I mean, just so many worse things they could honestly call you. So it's okay, right? I think that they could have done a better job. But what do you think? Are you happy with those?
I mean, to me, to be honest, if I'm looking back at those now, I think they're kind of weak. To be honest, I mean, at least put it in a stance of them going up on 2 legs or something like that. At least give it a good stance. I mean, it doesn't even look like, you know, when we bought, you know, My Little Ponies in the store for the kids. They don't even look like a My Little Pony you buy in the store.
Right.
At least those ones actually look better than these, to be honest with you.
I'm with you. It's just a really disappointing weak line to me. And I don't, you know, I don't say that about many of their pots, but every once in a while they put out some of them that I'm going to call it like it is, and that's a weak one. I noticed that Friends, where you just pulled up there, they have that Chase variants of that Friend member. Do you?
Yeah, that's a different coffee shop.
Were you into this show?
Give or take. I do enjoy it, and it is funny to me. I don't remember where all these outfits came from, but the Chase guy is the white-haired dude that worked at the coffee shop.
I didn't have a clue. Not a single clue. I
That
know
one
that
I knew.
I think that they wasted a Chase variant on it, but
So it looks like they've got a new Dragon Ball Z.
oh,
Which
we
they
were
have
going to
a
talk
lot of
about
Dragon
this.
Ball Z.
We haven't talked about this yet. So that was one of their new boxes that they just came out with. Would have been the GameStop.
Yeah.
Yes. So how many of those are you going to run out and buy? I'm going to go get 0 of them.
0.
I mean,
mind you, we've talked about this plenty of times in the past. If you in the chat are into Dragon Ball Z and anime pops, more power to you. There'll probably be a lot more over there for you. I'm just not into anime enough that I'm going to go out there and get them, even if it's for content. Because guess what? If I buy those for content, guess where every single item in that box is going to go? eBay.
So, all right. So I guess you brought that one up. So I'm going to step in these waters and we're going to see where they go. I don't really buy things for content anymore. There was a time when I was really in trying to just go for everything I could go for in this channel. I would pick things up for content. I think in the last month or maybe the last 2 months, I've completely stopped buying things for content, and I'm only buying things that I'm collecting for real. Now, when I say for real, like I'm not buying something because I think it's going to make a hot video. I'm buying it because I'm going to collect it, not because I think it's going to make a hot video. So I'm not going to buy those. I'm not into it. I know there's a lot of people that are. I see Chase made a comment over there where he says that all the ponies should be flocked. That is an extremely good point.
I actually, I don't disagree with that.
I don't
again, I'm not going to get into. We've already gone into the whole flocking thing. That Funko completely misses the entire flocking completely. They flock things that should be flocked, and they flock things that shouldn't be flocked, and then they don't flock things that really should be flocked.
And then they diamond things that shouldn't be diamond, like donut bags.
It makes no sense. I'm probably gonna have to go find this holiday Barbie for my daughter. By the way,
you know what's funny? This is how I know neither one of us are ever going to get sponsored by Funko. Just so you know, just a heads up.
Hey, but you know the way I see that is. Truly, the way I see that is that's a sign of a true collector, because
it's an honest person.
We're being dead honest with you.
Yes.
You know, maybe it's not our style, maybe it's your style, maybe it's something you like, but you know, I think any good business, anything out there, you should really be criticized whether you do something good. And trust me, we're gonna sit there and praise you when you do something fantastic, like the winged Venom.
Yes, look. I'm not a Venom collector, but it makes me want to be.
When you do something stupid, like My Little Ponies,
can you believe it? I mean,
or flocking Mewtwo, that's a lizard. It makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever. Zero sense. These people make some days.
So yes, maybe like I said, we'll give it. Now these guys, I still need to get into these guys because I absolutely love these toilet ninjas. They are funny as hell.
I feel the same way on these toilet ninjas, but my question is, how many people are just like us that say, "Man, I should buy those," and haven't pulled the trigger? I mean,
I think a lot.
I think they're like just enough to where you're like, man, I really should, but you don't. Right, so they didn't quite hit the mark on those. That B Rabbit, before you skip over him, is pretty awesome. Look, anybody that's a child of the 90s, it likes Slim Shady in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if you don't want to admit it, you've been caught in the corner, like kind of bobbing your foot to his music.
I watched that movie in the theaters.
Right. So I mean, even if you don't want to admit it, you've caught your foot bobbing in the corners to some Slim Shady that was in somebody's house that was playing it. So any child of the 90s has to kind of give him props and some credit where he came from. I'm going to collect this one so that it goes in my rock line. Now, I don't think they're calling it a rock line. I think that's part of the movie line, but I'm going to put it in my rock line and pretend like it's Eminem.
Now, is it just me, or am I thinking, because all these aren't releasing until next year, but I think 2021 for Funko is going to be the year of the soda pop.
It is, and they've got a whole bunch of them that you can pre-order right now for January, February. This is what I'm going to say about these, and y'all all know that I love them, so don't take this the wrong way. Their quality is getting really poor when it comes to these. I mean, their quality started off way up here, right? I'm going to see if I can get my hand there so we can see
Now, is this just me, or is
way up
this
here.
a extremely cheap chase? Because it only, and
Yeah.
I had to take a second to look at it and go,
See
what is
see what it was.
different?
Yeah. So the quality of the soda started way up here somewhere when they
Yeah.
first started pumping them out, and then they kind of got down here somewhere, right? The last ones I've opened, they've been like down here somewhere. They don't stand up. Their feet aren't put on right. It's look. I hope that somebody snatches them into attention and says, "Hey, quit messing this line up." But if they don't, I will quit collecting this line because I like to take. I got 3 of them up here now that I got a video on next week. So make sure you go check that out. I think it's Wednesday of next week that comes out. Me moving these, me getting evicted from upstairs. You'll love that video. It's kind of comical. But I had to put 3 of them back in the cans because they won't stand up. They put the feet on like at an angle, so when you try and set them up, they fall over. I tried to bend one of them back out, thinking maybe I could like fix it a little. It not gonna happen. So I hope that quality control like gets a hold of this. This is a pretty awesome one though.
This one I do like the chase. It's not much different, but it fits the character.
Right.
I mean, at least they put his hand motion in a different position.
It's still a pretty weak one. I mean,
it's a weak chase.
Yes.
This one is cool.
I agree. That one's pretty cool. When they're a totally different color or they totally did something different, I'm all up on it. Like with the Leatherface, how they had the blood splatter all over him. I think that's a great like chase variant. This one to me is a pretty cool.
This
chase
one,
variant.
Rocksteady, that's a good chase variant. It really hits up there. Sonic.
There's what's the difference?
It's flocked.
Oh wow! They flocked another. Is he a reptile? I mean, he wouldn't.
He's a hedgehog. So I don't disagree with flocking.
That makes sense.
This is one. Now, out of these, I'm gonna try because I don't try to go after all the sodas. I like sodas. I've only got 2 of them, but so far the Texas Chainsaw Massacre I plan on going after. Sonic I plan on going after.
I love this line, but they got to. I love this line, but they need to get themselves under control. They need to really check themselves.
The glow in the dark My Hero Academia is pretty hot. That's a pretty cool one. I like that one too. And then this one, the Duck Dodgers.
That one's really awesome. That's a really awesome one that they got coming out. But they need to check themselves on them. They really do. And I
do think 2020. Oh, it's right. We had a whole nother set here too. But I do think 2021 is going to be the year of the soda pop.
Yeah.
This one, just because it's Marvel, I have to have it.
I'm not that big of a Thanos fan, so I mean, it's not something that I have to like run out and get.
But I think the chase is rather weak. The only difference is he's smiling and he's got his helmet off.
Yeah, I mean, they just did a different head sculpt.
And then these are going to get interesting.
The Libre, not Libre. I can never.
I'm not saying it because I always say it wrong.
I can't say it right. It's Libre Nacho Libre Nacho.
Well, no, that was a movie.
Oh well, then I'm totally off.
I think they're Lucha Libre.
I'm totally off then. Totally off.
Lucha Libre.
I don't see them as being any that I'm running out to get, just because I don't see enough there that says to me that that's Deadpool or that's Captain America.
Yeah.
Or that.
I'm not. I know Jesse Lou said he likes them. He's going to go after them. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because again, that's another one like any other line. If it becomes popular, they could go with every single Marvel character.
There's just not enough there. I wish that there was something else there that told me that was Deadpool. Maybe they put like Deadpool's belt on the guy and he has the big like Deadpool belt, or or Captain America, he has the Captain America shield. Maybe if there was just something more that told me that that's who this is versus the color change, I would be into it. But they needed to push that envelope just a little further when they made those.
I do agree with Chase over here. I think it would have looked better to have Thanos glow in the dark, at least with the gauntlet. I think would have been real cool. But yeah, I
mean, but we know what Funko gets in a hurry on some of these, or at least it seems like they get in a hurry. And
I don't think they're announcing the quantity. I mean, I think if you look close enough into the picture, you can see the sticker on there.
You normally can, yeah. I mean, normally if you get really like in tune with your inner like.
So like 10,000
piece, yeah.
1250.
Well, normally they over normally it's over 8,000 is when you start seeing the chase
Duck
variants.
Dodgers is at 8,000. That's gonna be a hot one.
8,000 is normally where you start seeing your chase variances. When they get down into the 3,000s and 4,000s, you normally don't have a chase variance, and you normally don't. I mean, but sometimes you do. I love the sodas. I think the sodas are a great line, but they really need to get their quality control under wraps.
That's gonna be 7,000 on that one.
Really need to get their quality control under wraps. I mean, because I think everybody is a lot like me when they get these sodas. They want to take them out. They want to display them out of the can because it's not like a box, right, where you can still see the top. And if it doesn't stand or if it's missing an arm, I have one of them that's missing an arm. Didn't come with an arm, just was totally missing the arm. I mean, so they need to like slow down a little bit.
Well, you got to definitely. I mean, for something like that, I'd be contacting Funko and be like, "What the hell?"
Well, you know,
yeah, the sodas are in a different realm because with a pop, you can just keep it in a box, put in a pop protector, still show it. With a soda, you have to release that seal.
Yep.
To check. I mean, well, technically, you could go get a scale out and find out if you got the chase. But
that's right.
You know, I still say you got to pop that seal to show off that chase.
Now the only one that up there that I haven't popped off is going to be Skeletor from, I want to say it was San Diego.
Out of all of those right there, Skeletor has the least quantities.
Yeah, I didn't open my Skeletor. It had no chase variants. I think it was a 3,000 piece run. I left.
Yeah, then that one I wouldn't open.
I just left him in the can. He's metallic. He looks super cool on the picture, but that's as far as we're gonna go. He's gonna stay in the can.
But they are definitely staying on top with their Twitter feed. I mean, you could see just by dates how they post on Twitter a lot. And I was trying to see what the whole deal with this guy was. It was the Funko Hollywood exclusive.
I'm sorry. So
could you only buy this at Funko Hollywood?
Yeah, so you know that they have pops that they only release at Funko Hollywood, right? I mean, that's
no, I haven't been there, so I thought it was just all of them, but that kind of makes sense.
No, so you remember the cutie corn when they did the cutie corn for Halloween? Do you remember that?
That was a Funko.
That was Funko Hollywood only. So you could only get it. Look, now that I think that's garbage because if you live on the West Coast,
look at us on East Coast, we're screwed.
Yeah. If you live on the East Coast or Midwest, you'll never ever get your hands on one of those guys. So to me, it's garbage that they do that, but I understand why they do it on the same end. So it's whatever.
But you got two on the West Coast. You got Hollywood and you got Washington.
I know.
I don't think that counts. You need to get some on the East Coast, man.
Well, I think they should do their own website. I think Funko Hollywood should have their own website separate from Funko where they sell their exclusives and whatever else it is that they sell there, right? That's a whole nother conversation. What do you think about those Globetrotters? I don't.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it does bring a little nostalgia. I remember being a kid and going to watch the Harlem Globetrotters, stuff like that. I think it's kind of cool that it's the first time they're bringing them out. I think there's something iconic about it, that everyone can kind of, sit there and look at them and see them. But I mean, I'm not going to go rush and get them. If I pull one of those from a mystery box, yeah, I'll keep it.
Did you know any of the Harlem Globetrotters names?
I know there's Curly.
I didn't know any of them. I've went and seen them as a kid. I didn't know any of their names. Don't know their jersey numbers. Don't really know any of that. So I don't see myself going after those. I think that it was a great idea. I just don't think it's going to do over that well. Oh,
yeah. These were the two very badly. The past 2 weeks when Funko's now doing their weekly virtual event.
Hey, I hope they keep doing it.
The past 2 weeks have been weak as hell.
I hope they keep doing it. It fuels my whole Thursday. All I talked about Thursday was these two guys right here. So it fuels my whole Thursday. Keep dropping them.
Mind you, I think the 65th anniversary line is hot. I think it's a great line. But really, why? I mean, it's not like those just released. It didn't make any sense.
So they released them on their site, those two guys right there, and apparently a lot of the same problems that we've all had. Look, I've been sick. Everybody, I think, here in the chat knows that I've been sick since The Mandalorian last week. I'm kind of getting over it now, so I kind of was just catching up with stuff on Thursday, trying to see what was going on. Apparently, the site crashed, and people didn't get them, and everybody was screaming bots and. Look, I'm gonna say something that's gonna be.
I went on there and just went off because I didn't care.
I didn't really care about them, so I didn't really. I was sick, and I didn't even really know they dropped until Thursday. But I went on Funko's like Instagram and read all the comments and kind of like was reading them Thursday while I was live, getting a little bit of a laugh at other people's frustrations, not in a harmful way. So please don't anybody take it that way. I was just getting a little bit of a laugh out of it. A lot of the same problems Funko's always had. They had on that drop, and it pissed a lot of people off. And I think that we're really quick to blame the bots for all of the problems, and I think that we need. That's right. I think we need to slow down a little bit and say, hold on. It's not the bots, it's the people, right? So it's. I think that go back up to that Deadpool though, because I wanted to talk about that one today with you, and I think I talked about this one Wednesday with you. Did you order this one in the 6-inch?
No.
Would you be pissed off if they made it in a 10-inch after you ordered in the 6-inch?
No, because to me because the whole 10 inches is one thing when it's just like a Mando and it's just a figure, but now you got a whole throne, stuff like that. That thing's gonna be huge. I wouldn't be into the 10-inch on that.
I want the 10-inch of this one because you know my like Deadpool obsession. I would be pissed slap off if I ordered this in the 6-inch and then 2 months later they said, hey, by the way, we're also going to make it in a 10-inch. I mean, I would be beside myself, pissed off, trying to figure out how I was going to cancel that order of the 6-inch, because why would you make it in a 6-inch and a 10-inch? I'm so confused as what the thought process would have been there. I'm going to tell you what I think the thought process was. They made it in the 6-inch and said, that'd be cooler in a 10-inch.
Probably. No, I would agree. A 10-inch would probably look good on that because the detail to it would probably look fantastic.
Hey, look, I would be pissed. I would be pissed if I ordered that in a 6-inch and then they turned right around and made it in a 10-inch. And the funny thing is I almost ordered this 6-inch a few times and said, I'm just not going to order it for that price.
I think it all depends on where you are with your collection. If I ordered that in a 6-inch and I can just stick that up on my shelf,
right?
I'm okay with that.
I got you. It goes to that. Why would you make something the same thing in two different sizes? I don't. They needed to do something different if they were going to make it in a 6-inch and a 10-inch. Maybe put him in a different color on the 6-inch. Maybe
I did want to point out something, and I checked it. I was going to bring it up on here, but there's no point because they've actually sold out of a lot of them. But I don't know if anyone noticed, but on Funko's website, and it's only mainly one retailer, you can always find pops that get relisted and remade. They don't give them back to the retailer, but they only sell them on their site. All these Target exclusive items, they end up getting tossed back up on the Funko Shop website.
I don't even want to talk about that neither. That's going to make my blood pressure go up. I don't even understand.
I might leave that and talk about a little bit of that on TechBot After Dark.
I don't even understand what they're doing there. That pisses me off. But when I see them bring in some of those pops that I got up at 6 a.m. and went and waited in line in front of Target's door at 8 a.m. for them to open so that I could go in there and get to only a month later then put it on their website as a Funko Shop exclusive now. Oh, that really just pisses me off. Look, rightfully so.
But like that Mr. Potato Head scrambled face. Yeah, if you went out to if you went last weekend to go get that at Target, you could have just ordered it on Funko Shop all week.
Why did I get up at 6 a.m.? Why did I get up at 6 a.m. to go to Target to get that when I could just go to their website and pick it up? Some of that is ridiculous. Hey, but we have something going on today that we what is this, our second or third? This is our third Patreon only giveaway, man. Look, I think these things keep getting more and more exciting. Did you pick out the pop that you were going to do in the Patreon only giveaway?
Yep. It took me a while. Actually, mind you, there's a pop that I was trying to get. I'm not going to announce that because I'm going to try to get it for next month. That I just wasn't able to secure just yet. So I ended up bringing up another one that I thought was pretty good. And this is one that actually you can ask my wife. I've been on the fence about it for, I don't know, probably a couple months now since I pulled it from a mystery box. But I am deciding to give it out to my Patreon subscribers instead. And that this month is Constance Hatchaway.
Constant Hatchaway. Is that from the Haunted Mansion?
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Currently has a PPG value of $36.
Woo!
and it's been steady too. I've checked it over time, and she hasn't really dropped. It's been a pretty steady pop. It's a pretty hot one. Is like I said, this is one I was debating on if keeping for my own collection because I actually have the organist up here, Victor something. I have him up there, but I'm not giving that one out because that was a Disney Parks exclusive.
Now I only have one of the Haunted Mansions, and that's the Groundskeeper. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yep.
That's the only one I have, and that's the only one that I really want. But all of them are really cool. Even the Mademoiselle was that her name? Where they had her just her head sitting in the globe?
Madame Leota.
Madame Leota, there you go. Where they had just her head sitting in there. That was a really cool one. And you know, I think anytime you get into Disney, it's safe to say that everybody collects something from Disney, right? It's just safe to say that. I see that where did we have that? Chase was talking about they canceled his Black Light Thor. So
yeah,
Chase, I think that was an accident.
Those ones I believe were an accident that were put back on.
I think that somebody accidentally clicked a button that they shouldn't have clicked, because that would be the fourth release of those pops, and you almost never see a fourth wave of the same pop come anywhere unless it's on Funko's website, and then they do 100 waves of the same pop. I think that was an accident. I really do.
And as far as bearded, I have not heard of really any big Black Friday sales giveaway. The only thing I know that happened last year that a lot of the different websites had done was they did special Blacklight mystery box, or not Blacklight, special Black Friday mystery boxes of good deals and stuff like that. But and I didn't get them last year because I was focused on the GameStop ones, but now I'm not focused on GameStop ones this year. I may go try to grab some of those.
I haven't really seen any Black Friday. I haven't really seen any Black Friday deals. I know that the zombie 10-inch pops were supposed to be like or I think they were put out there like they were going to be a Walmart Black Friday thing. I know that they weren't a Walmart Black Friday thing. They still charged you $30 for them. They were only at some Walmarts. They weren't at all of them. Other than the GameStop mystery box they got coming out, that's going to be the Avengers. I want to say, or was it the Fantastic Four? Maybe it was the Fantastic Four.
I think it was the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I know that's going to be a Black Friday thing with GameStop, but I think that's really all I've seen. I don't think that this is going to be a big Black Friday hit for Funko this year. And the funny thing is, I was kind of talking to my wife about that on the way back to the house today, is that we really didn't see any Black Friday pops this year.
Mm-hmm. Seems like they released them all during all virtual events and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, and Wayne, I think Wayne's talked about this before, that GameStop's inventory is pretty much, if you want GameStop exclusive items, you need to pre-order them in the stores or just order them off their website, because they're really not filling the stores with Funko Pops at all.
Well, they told me they weren't. They told me that they were trying to back off of the filling their shelves with them, and if you wanted the exclusives, that you needed to order them.
Oh, and actually, Bearded Barbarian did, and I actually just found this the other day, and I thought it was great. Do keep it on Amazon. Amazon's been marking down a lot of their Funko Pops. I had put a link on my Facebook. If anyone goes to the Facebook, I put a link. They had actually dropped the 10-inch Mandalorian. If you want the 10-inch Mandalorian, they're selling it for $17.
That is so frustrating, though, and I'm going to tell you why that's frustrating. They did the Millennial Falcon. So if you'll go to their site, and I don't know if it's at $64 today or $34. So Amazon, some days they sell it at $64, and then some days they sell it at $35. And that is, to me, that's so frustrating, because if I bought it at $64, I'd be really upset with Amazon when the next day when they put it on there at $35. And they go back and forth with those all the time.
Oh, all the time.
And it's kind of wild.
But when you can find those cheaper deals down there, like I said, I did check. I put a link up to it in my Facebook page yesterday, and I checked it again today, and it's still the same price. So if you guys want that 10-inch Mando, again, a lot of places are going to charge you a lot for shipping. If you got Amazon Prime and you got a 10-inch Mando, you ain't got to pay for shipping.
I guess I haven't thought about that. I guess I haven't really thought about getting them through the Amazon Prime.
So if you already got Amazon Prime, and I've been putting them up because I've actually been starting to keep an eye. So because Facebook's the easiest place to post up links for things that people can just click on and just take you right to it. So I want to make it easy for you guys. If I find great deals, They were even starting to show some good deals on the artist series of the Mickey 80th anniversary. I found one on there today that I think is pretty cool. But I've been trying to keep an eye on some good deals. If I find some stuff, I will put links on my Facebook page for people to go to. So that's another area to keep an eye out for.
Did they re-release that five Mickey pop set? I mean, I think I seen them.
No, but they haven't really dropped the price on it either. They're still like $50.
Oh, so they still have them in stock?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can still buy those on Amazon.
Oh, I thought they sold out at some point, and I quit looking for them because I just assumed they sold out, or they should have sold out.
Oh, the Hoth Pops are marked down by. Okay, I'll put that one up on Facebook as well. But yeah, that's a hot one right there too.
I don't. What is Hoth Pop? You're gonna have to like tell me what that is.
It's Star Wars. The Hoth with the isn't that the one where he was hiding behind the Tauntaun?
The Tauntaun.
Luke Skywalker.
Is that you're talking about where he was cutting into the Tauntaun, or
it wasn't that was a chase though?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a regular one.
I had the one where he's riding the Tauntaun. I didn't get the one where he was cutting into the Tauntaun. If that goes into that, you start making them in too many different variances, and I'm just going to stay away from it.
Well, they did have the Snowy Planet. They also had one where they had Chewbacca on. It was like a Hoth.
I got that one too. I got the Chewbacca one.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a little.
That one's on sale right now too.
That's a really hot flocked pop, by the way, and that's the only Chewbacca I have in my collection is the Chewbacca from that scene. So and he's flocked. I mean, so that's a pretty cool one.
So mind you, I showed what my Patreon giveaway. What's yours this month? I know you announced it before, but I forgot. Oh, it's Mikey. I'm still keeping Mikey.
So a lot of these pops I bought two of, knowing that I was going to do. Yeah, so I have two of him. So I have this one, and then I have the one that's in my collection. So there is two of these guys, and I'm going to send them out with my stickers and all of that stuff too. And I'm sure you're doing the same thing. So you're going to get that. And I don't even know what he's like price guiding at anymore. I know that at one time he was up there, but we all know how they fall back down.
No, I looked at him. I actually looked at those just yesterday. And he's at about $41 right now.
That's about right. About right. It's a really cool one. I don't know what my next month's is going to be. I'm kind of like I'm in this like moment right now where I don't really know what it's going to be. There's a couple of pops I have two of that were just for this, so I'm going to sit down and kind of decide which one it's going to be, and maybe even I'll ask the patrons to vote on which one they would like it to be. That's probably what I'll do. I'll put a couple of them on there and let them decide which one they want to give away in December.
And so that'll be a Patreon exclusive content.
Right. They let them have a little bit of fun with it. It sounds like fun, and I have a couple of them that I'll do it with, and that tends to be what I do anymore. Is when I'm looking at what I want to get. I wish I would have done it with the French-made Deadpool because I see that he's been trending way up there right now. I had no idea that he would trend way up there.
I didn't pick him up. I didn't end up picking him up, but he just sold out. But I'm sure he'll come back on the website in time.
Oh yeah, give it a month. He'll be back on there. Just give it a month and he'll be back. And I think I went over that whole rant yesterday. If you just wait, they're going to throw it back on their site, guaranteed. If you'll just be a little patient.
And Red saying you're trying to plan something for my Patreon. Don't know why I made one though. You know what? As far as that goes, I had made a Patreon a long time ago, and then I basically had shut it down. And then I wanted to do a Patreon where I could at least give some sort of good value to people and stuff like that. And that's why we do the Patreon, because we want to be able to find you guys some good pops and stuff like that. Like I said, I am working on trying to find something, and I was really hoping I'd be able to secure it this month, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. So we're going to go with this one. But we didn't want to just do giveaways that were like, the plain Jane, the $10, the $20 pops. We want to find you guys good stuff.
Right, right. And so we sat down and talked for a while and said, well, why don't we make a Patreon? And then it's crowdfunded, and then the crowdfunded pops, and then whoever gets it gets it. And so far, I think that they've been pretty well like distributed, all but our very first one. I want to say that Comic Book Poser like scored big on our very first one because he got both of
both of them.
Yeah, he got both of them. But hey, that was the name of the game, right? I mean, he played the game and he played the game right. I see Chase said do a white Batman. Hey, I'm thinking about doing a couple of more of the I don't know if you've seen them. I did the trolls, the DIY trolls, and I painted them white, and I did the whole like kind of the what you're seeing on the Batman. I did those. I think that I'm gonna do a couple of more of those coming up here in the future. Which one of us do you have pulled up there?
I got yours. This is yours.
Oh, there we go. Look, I'm excited to see this guy go to his new home. This is a really cool pop. I mean, this is really cool.
We got everybody in your Patreon up here, stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead, and I like the number 7. So we're gonna shuffle this 7 times. 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then he'll go in his box tonight. That way nothing happens to him between now and Monday. Who's he going to
do it again? Oh, Chase got it.
Chase Kingdom. Congratulations, buddy. This guy will be going out to you Monday. I'm pretty sure that I got your address in there, but if not, I will hit you up on Instagram and make sure that I get your address from you. Congratulations. Hey, look, these things are so much fun. I don't even think y'all know that. And I'm sure that this is doing the same thing for you. This has changed the way that I look at collecting pops. I mean, because now I think, well, man, I'll grab 2 of those and I'll give one of them away to the Patreon, and I'll keep one for myself. So it's
no, that's definitely a great way to look at it. And I don't think I've looked at it that way before, but I probably am definitely going to start doing that more, because that is a great way to look at it. You know, grab 2 at a time, stuff like that. Of course, you want to keep one for yourself and, you know, go from there. So.
Right. I mean, you're definitely going to want to keep one of these guys for yourself, right? I mean, I'm definitely going to have with the whole surfboard, with the whole New York, you know. No, this is San Diego Con, so he's got the whole San Diego Con like sticker on the surfboard. Just it's really cool, and it was one of them that, you know, anytime they're coming from a con, you know that the value is going to go up a little, right? So it was one of them that, you know, it's spending the $15. I knew that the value would go up.
Sorry, I'm getting mindset. I'm paying attention. I'm trying to get the next one set up.
Hey, Chase, congratulations again, buddy. I'm glad to see these guys go to a good home, and you know, it's a lot of fun coming and hanging out with Chris and all of you in the chat. So it's well worth it. Lots and lots of fun.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I thought you missed
spinning. I was looking at the Christmas tree behind me, thinking that we're getting festive and into the season with the Christmas tree back there. I love that Christmas tree. Hey, before it's over with, I'm going to do a video of the whole house and show everybody the trees and the showers, and my house turns into a beautiful place around this time of the year.
So let's go with 7 more shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's spin it.
Who do we got? Whoa, OTT with G. Congratulations.
OTT with G.
Congratulations. That is pretty awesome.
You get Constance Hatchaway.
That is pretty awesome. Congratulations, OTT with G. So that's, you know, I think that this was a pretty awesome Patreon giveaway this go around.
And we'll do it again next month. You know, like I said, we'll have a lot of fun with it. And go from there. So you never know what next one's going to come up with. Man, to be honest with you, just to let you know, like I've even been looking on some whatnot stuff, because you can find some really good deals on these whatnot auctions, right, for some pops and stuff like that. So I'm even looking there. I'm trying to find you guys some really, really good stuff out there. So definitely, if you guys want to get in on the next giveaway, Patreon only exclusive giveaway. I mean, come on, for $6. You get it. I mean, $6 right now. OTT with G paid $6, and he's getting a $36 valued pop. Chase Kingdom paid $6. He's getting Mikey from San Diego Comic-Con a $40 valued pop.
Yeah, I mean, guys, look, if it's something you're into, you should really go check out our Patreons. They're a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to do these things. I think that both of us, when we started them, didn't really expect it to get more than a couple of people. So the fact that we've got more than a couple of people is pretty awesome. The rest of you want to go check them out. I'm sure the links are down in the description. Go check them out.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my daughter just came.
What is Mini Tech over there talking about? I heard her whispering.
I don't know. I didn't hear her fully whispering. Huh?
Okay?
What?
Say, are you gonna go to the crate? Mommy told me that last night.
Am I gonna go in the what?
Crate.
Why would I do that?
Because Mommy told me it last night.
Hey Chase, you're welcome.
I'm lost. I'm completely lost in what's going on here.
You're welcome, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
And do remember, I know from some giveaways we've done in the past, you have to be in, normally, you've had to be in the chat to win. With Patreon, you do not have to be in the chat to win.
No.
We have your address. You give us your address when you sign up anyway, so we'll just send it to you.
Sister said bye.
All right.
Hey, and
Bye.
what do you have going on your channel this coming up week? Anything you want to tell us about, or anything? Well,
definitely my 5-pop Funko that's sitting right down here. I'm probably gonna order that Indiana Jones box. That might be it. And that's again my Thursday one. I'm not 100% sure on just yet. This one's I'm gonna open up on Tuesday. So that should be a lot of fun. And then just see what the week brings me. Although I do have a Mikey Vintage box coming soon too.
How about
what?
How about Monday? Do you have a giveaway going on Monday?
Oh, I forgot. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
I was debating on just announcing that during my Tuesday video, but I know we talked about doing it Monday too. We do actually have something very, very special coming up, and I'm not going to announce which item I'm giving away until that, but we do have a new giveaway coming up between 3 channels, and we are in here to support one channel. Myself, stay tuned. I think Monday I may just drop a quick video on what I'm giving away, but it's going to be I'm giving away an item, Wayne's giving away an item, and Poppin' Duo is giving away an item as well. And we are all these giveaways, you're going to have to go to one person's channel. We'll give you the different, we'll put links in the description, which ones, and you got to put a certain hashtag in there. But this is going to be for JKL. JKL has been such a great support of both myself and WayneKo. He's been a fantastic friend. Helps us out with anything. He's our human fact checker over there. He jumps on any live stream when he ever has, and we have all agreed that I know he just passed 200 subscribers, which we're trying to get him to, but he should have way more than that. The content that this guy gives you guys, the information that he gives you guys is absolutely astonishing. So we decided that because he gives everybody so much love, we're going to do that for him. So all 3 channels are going to each be giving away a Funko Pop. So stay tuned on Monday for the 3 channels, myself, WayneKo, and Poppin' Duos. And we're going to do a live stream the following week. Is it next week?
It's going to be this Friday. So Monday, we're all going to announce what pop we're giving away and how to qualify to get the pop. And then Friday, we're going to be going live with Poppin' Duo, Chris and myself, and we're going to just give them away. Now, I'm wanting to play an interesting game that I'm not going to announce right here. It's look, I don't even think you as the chat are going to know the game. I think that I'm going to get with Chris here right as we get off. I had already kind of had this in my mind, and I wanted to run it by him, and then we'll run it by Poppin' Duo. I kind of want to play a little game while we're all together and we're doing the giveaway, so it's a little bit more fun, and you'll just have to wait and see. But it's big things coming up this week, real big things coming up, and
so that'll be the big thing next Friday. So
big things coming up, and it's always a lot of fun, especially when we get to come together as a community just to help out the rest of the community, or maybe not even help out, just to tell the rest of the community that we appreciate them. right? I mean, it's always a lot of fun just to tell people that you appreciate them as a person and just who they are. And this was all your idea, right? I mean, you were the one that said, hey, we should get together and
Well, see, my problem is I think when we did the one chip challenge, I was astonished because, like I said, he comes on and does the chip challenges with us. No questions asked, no nothing. He enjoys them. He seems to take them far better than I do. We all know I'm the wimp among all of us anyways. But, he does the Mandalorian panel. He does, I try to jump on he does. I don't know if you guys realize he does a live with Popped Heat every single week. I think it's on Thursdays.
I want to say it's on Thursdays. Yes,
they have a lot of really great, interesting information. If you guys aren't catching his lives or at least watching the replays, you guys are missing out. Like I said, he is a fantastic guy, fantastic collection. The guy knows, God, the information that's in his brain.
It's just insane.
Just astonishing. So I thought that the fact that at the time he was under 200 subscribers, I said there is something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that he's at 200 subscribers. And if I know I'm not at that big, first YouTube mark of 1,000 subscribers, but if we can just sorry, JKL, it's Wednesdays at 4:30. Check out his live streams on Wednesday.
There you go. Wednesdays at 4:30.
But if we can just help him out just a little bit and get people over to his channel and subscribe and push him more, he doesn't need the support. And I know he's not asking us to do this by any means, but we feel that his channel is so good and his content is so good that people need to know about him.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we definitely need to help him out, and that's the goal. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. I think that you're gonna need a little bit of a break though before you go live here in a minute. So
yes,
I think we should.
I got a little bit of a break. I gotta get some food and a little stuff real quick.
Yes, wrap this one up. That way you can get something to eat, and then we can all see you back here at 9. Anything going on that's gonna be fun? What's your topic at 9?
I've got Will Be Poppin' joining me, special guest this week.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit of sports because he's a big Patriot fan, just like I am. But he's of course another big Funko guy, and so who knows where we're going to go with. We may go on and rant about Funko a little bit more from their Twitter, and with some of the other stuff. I may bash Robert Pattinson some more. So who knows? Come and enjoy. And see where it goes.
Oh man. Well, hey guys, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with y'all, and don't forget to go check out our Patreons down in the description. Make sure that you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever it is that we're at right now. I don't look at it. The only place I really get on is Instagram, but I think the Facebook's really important place as well. So make sure that you go check us out. And buddy, I will see you here at 9.
Yep, I will be back at 9. So y'all have fun. Y'all enjoy your night. Thank you for coming. And as always, we appreciate every moment you guys give us. Have a good night.